you're an idiot. Like, you're a complete moron. And I'm like, okay, I get that, but you don't know, you don't have the information that I have on it. And to a certain extent, that works. And then I realized, well, sometimes it's better not to have the information you have. You hit me with the hard stuff right off the bat. I'm gonna finish the strawberry real quick. Hi, my name's Craig Flipy. First got into the woods with Sasquatch on the mind. It was probably 2003, I think. Yeah, I could say I was obsessed. Not so much now. My obsession kind of is different. When the light switched and I thought, oh, there's a real animal. There's actually Bigfoot's actually real, and nobody's looking hard enough. So if I look hard enough, I'm gonna find one. Yeah, I don't know. I'd say I definitely was obsessed. Like, staying up at night, thinking, I wasn't in the right spot. I got to be in the right spot, or I got to stay out longer, or I got to learn more about what's around me. But those are good obsessions. I don't know. When I went on my first moped trip in 2005, I was nothing. I mean, I didn't care about my job. I didn't care about anything. In fact, yeah, I pretty much started backing out of anything, any financial responsibilities, anything like that. I was like, it's gonna get in the way of my search for Bigfoot, basically. So I worked a little bit, and then I said, I'm quitting, and I'm not getting a job. I'm just gonna go into the woods with $700. Yeah, I'm taking off on a moped from LA. I'm gonna go up to the Pacific Northwest, and that's it. I'm gonna find Bigfoot, and that didn't really work out, but that was the drive. It was all Bigfoot. My whole life was around, this is the next chapter of my life. This is what I'm going for, and luckily, right before, well, I say luckily, but I mean, right before I left, I met my now wife, and she kind of pulled me back towards, I guess, civilization, but I was headed for the mountains. And since then, I've seen what could have been my life if I chose to stay on that path, and I'm pretty good where I'm at now. I'm glad I stuck with this. I've never really lived a normal life, I guess you'd say. I've always put things that aren't really, people don't really put top shelf. It's career, college, career, family. I never went to college. I've been to college, but I just say that because I broke into Yale once. That doesn't count. Career? No, I don't. No, that's not something. But family, I got that one.
Right.
So now, all of a sudden, I'm thinking, well, what have I done with my life? And I have I have a son that needs me to step up and be there, because I didn't have someone like that in my life. So I know that's definitely weighing on my head. Like, I got to get my shit together, and I'm not gonna be this take off and leave my family behind. Although I keep trying to do that on a moped, but that's where the obsession comes back into play. It's like, I shouldn't be. Well, I don't know. Everyone's got different paths in life, so I don't know what I should or should. I go with what my gut tells me, and it's a little bit of family and obsession and walking walking between the two, I think. I think, you know, everybody has obsessions, and you know, sports is a great example. Like, somehow it's okay to be obsessed with like sport. To me, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't get sports, whatever, but you know, that's an okay obsession. That's celebrated. You know, that's, and you know, there's a lot of money in it. That's probably what it comes down to, is why that's pushed, elevated. Something like Bigfooting, you know, what, like maybe a quad company might make some money. It's not really. It's looked down upon because there's no. It's a waste of time. You're looking for something that doesn't exist. You're wasting your time. You're an idiot. You're a complete idiot. You think the Bigfoot's real? Then you're an idiot. Like, you're a complete moron. And I'm like, okay, I get that, but you don't know, you don't have the information that I have on it. And to a certain extent, that works. And then I realized, well, sometimes it's better not to have the information you have. You know, I try to go back to zero, Bigfoot knowledge zero in my brain, and go, okay, let's relook at this. Every couple of years, I kind of reevaluate like what I've gotten myself into. I've gone from like full believer to, okay, maybe it's not real, to this is all bullshit. Everyone's full of shit. What's going on here? To maybe it's something else. You know, there's something else going on, and I mean, there's not a whole lot of evidence. I know there's footprint evidence, but really, if you study tracking for a little bit, a lot of that stuff goes out the window as hoaxed. I think the people that get really into Bigfoot or UFOs or ghosts usually have some sort of childhood wound, I'd say. Not always, but I mean, if you look at the people that are really, really into it, there's something going on back there. And I don't know if that's maybe, you know, like a door was opened through that abuse, that you're able to see things in a different way than people that haven't gone through stuff. I think there might be something to that. Like I say, it's good to always kind of take yourself out of your life and look down at yourself and see like what's going on. So, you know, not having a sighting and being, you know, out looking real good for years is, you know, I kind of, well, what's going on? Is this thing real, or is there something wrong with me? Currently been going down the path of what's wrong with me, and that's kind of what I'm doing a documentary about. You should do documentaries on yourself. Yeah, I mean, I can't deny that my past is what is shaping my present and future. Like, that is definitely what's happening. So I need to be careful about how, you know, crazy I get about it. I'm sort of at the point where I'm willing to just kind of give up and go, you know, this is a mystery I'm not going to solve, and I might never know the answer to, and be okay with that, and just be like, well, but I'm still gonna go in the forest, and I'm gonna, you know, take my son out and teach him all this stuff, and whether he embraces it or thinks I'm crazy and I have to take him to his football games, we'll see, and I'll deal with that. But someone I really respect, cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman. I was talking to him, and he kind of just stopped and said, you know what, you need therapy. You know, I'm serious, you need therapy. And I was like, okay, that kind of, I kind of joked it, like laughed it off, but and I was like, oh, I probably do. So I went to a hypnotist. That was my version of getting therapy, and he he put me under all that, and what he dragged out of me of why I'm obsessed with Bigfoot is I want to film one, and I want to be like, the hero who comes like, I did it, look at me, like finally like successful at something in life. That's what I was looking for ultimately, and I didn't really. I felt that was pretty shitty of myself. It was like, because I don't want it. Like in my mind, like that's a nightmare to be the person that ruins this for them. Like pulls the cover off them and says, hey, look at these things. You can go, and then everyone's gonna go shoot them. It's just gonna be a nightmare if they exist, though. I guess through Bigfoot road trip I did with Cliff, I kind of got more involved in the community part of Bigfoot. I always thought I would just stay just outside of it. Like I like different groups and stuff, and like I have a ton of my friends. Most of my friends are Bigfooters, but I'm like, I don't know how deep I want to get, And I think it depends. It depends on a couple things. One, it depends if you have something to sell. Which I'm not against that, because how much money do you spend trying to do this stuff? It helps to have something to help fund the gas and everything. But if you'd have no, financial gain in it, and you're not getting it anywhere doing your current research or however you go out and do stuff, like, I don't know. How many years are you gonna last? I can see not going to conferences and stuff. Like, I don't know. I get it. It recycles. Everything in the Bigfoot world recycles itself. People think paranormal's new, and it's like, no, that's 60s. If you want to dig before that part, probably. It's like these are cycles. Like life is cycles. The Bigfooting world goes in cycles, and after you're in there for a little bit, you'll see them do this, and you get it. And there's always some new evidence no one knows about, and this is gonna be the one. Wait till this DNA thing comes out. Wait till this show airs that's been hoarding all this. It just keeps happening. So you want to be super obsessed about it. Get prepared for disappointments. There's gonna be highs and lows, but I'm addicted to highs and lows. What if that's the case? I don't know. Probably like between eight and 10. Like I'm not super disappointed. I haven't found anything. I've had some crazy stuff happen, but overall, what happened was I didn't have much of an interest in the woods or nature, and then through Bigfooting, I went down those paths that have changed my life completely, and I'm thankful that I got I got back in touch with that stuff, because as a kid my mom would take me to like powwows and stuff, and I grew up in a trailer in the woods and my stepdad was shooting deer out the back door, and I was just like, what is this crap? And then now years later I found myself ending up, I'm not shooting deer out my back door, but I'll eat a roadkill. Yeah, if you're just getting into this crazy world of Bigfooting, I'd say it depends on your angle. If you want to meet people, have friends that influence people, then don't listen to what I'm about to say. But if you want to know the truth, then you should probably study other things than Bigfoot books. Learn everything you can about bear. That's going to be your number one thing that you're going to confuse Bigfoot with usually. There's no talking to the completely obsessed. You could say whatever you want, and people aren't going to listen because they already have the answer, and sometimes they don't realize all they're saying is something Grover Krantz said in the 80s, or, it's like, well, you have to go back and reassess everything. Not everyone's right. PhDs make mistakes. In fact, science is usually wrong. 100 years from now, we're going to be idiots. Just like 100 years ago today, some of the top scientists, what they thought was all bull. So just, I don't know, if you want the truth, then you gotta ask the hard questions and be honest. If you just want to have fun and just live in a fantasy world, that's okay too, but you should realize that that's what you're doing, and if you don't realize that, then you are truly too far. I would say, hey, your dad was a mechanic, your grandfather was a mechanic, your uncle was a mechanic. Learn something about engines.